Hello everyone, welcome back to The Geek is Chic. Today I want to share with you how I take care of my skin on a day-to-day basis in order to make it look young and fresh for as long as possible. I definitely am striving to stay natural and true to myself while aging, but that doesn't mean that I won't try to preserve my youth for as long as I can. So some of the following things are very cheap, some are a little bit more pricey, and others really are just habits that I implemented in my life and just saw a huge difference. Before we get started, if you happen to enjoy this channel and this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe and hit that notification bell down there so we make sure that we see each other again. Let's get started. So tip number one is actually also one of my favorite and most important anti-aging tools. It's sunglasses. You will never ever meet me without sunglasses. If it is summer or winter, if you will meet me in Germany or in LA, I always take my sunglasses with me. This is actually something that Jeffree Star does as well in order to prevent wrinkles and fine lines around the eye area. This way I protect my eyes from sun damage and also from narrowing them. Meaning the less I actually narrow my eyes, the less wrinkles and lines will appear. My second advice is super basic and you probably heard that a million times, but it's just true. It's not smoking and minimizing your alcohol consumption. So especially smoking is just nothing that you want to do when you just want to live long and look good, basically. If you are watching this and you are in your teens or in your 20s, you may think, nah, let her talk, but I'm telling you, I'm 33 now and I start to see the effects that smoking has on your skin, on wrinkles, on the whole skin aging process, on all of my friends that are still smoking. Sorry, friends. So the earlier you quit, the better. When it comes to alcohol, I surely enjoy a glass of wine here and there, sometimes 2 or 3, but I can totally see that the less I drink, the better my skin looks. Tip number 3 is be consistent with your daily cleansing routine. Once I found what products kind of work for me and once I was able to build my daily routine of cleansing and moisturizing, I really stuck to it religiously. And I think that it doesn't really matter if you choose, super expensive products or more affordable products. Hello. It just really matters what works for you and it matters how consistently you actually use them. You can use the most expensive La Mer cream out there, but if you don't use it consistently, it won't really be able to do anything for you. My advice number 4 is exfoliate and mask weekly. Please don't do that too often. I see a lot of YouTubers that say they exfoliate daily, and by that I mean the deep exfoliation. I would never suggest that to anyone, not even to oily skin, because it just strips your skin of all its natural oils and moisture and of its natural barrier that it actually needs. Doing both these things on a weekly basis really makes a huge difference for my skin. I see a huge reduction of dullness and rough feeling skin and just overall more glow when I do this. Again, it's not important that it's expensive, it's important that it works for you. If you're sitting here and saying, yeah, I tried that out, it didn't do anything, you haven't found the right products yet. Because every day I exfoliated and had a mask and I meet some of my friends or my family later on, I get compliments on my skin. So what I use is a little bit more expensive exfoliator from Aesop. I will link everything down below. And then I use a very affordable mask by Sephora, a clay mask. But these two just happen to work for me and that's what I use. Tip number 5 is your diet. And by that I don't mean a specific kind of dieting, I just mean a diet that works for your personal needs. For example, I very rarely eat or drink like high dairy products like milk or yogurt. I enjoy a piece of cheese and that's fine, or of course chocolate, but especially milk and yogurt actually have an impact on my stomach, on my gut and on my skin when I consume them frequently. So I think it's just all about finding out what works for you, what has an impact on your actual skin and what your body actually needs in order to make it look the best it can. Which brings me to the next point, which is please don't drive yourself crazy over this. I am all about staying open and curious for new products or diets or whatever, but in the same time, it should never get a crazy obsession. To keep it short here, obsessions cause stress, and stress hormones just mess up your body on a whole different level, and we don't want that. So if you feel that a certain interest or dedication becomes an obsession and starts to feel negative and pressuring, step away for a minute, breathe, and focus on the joy that it brings you instead of obsessing over perfection. Tip number 7 is hydration. And by that I mean drinking water and herbal teas. For me, that is mostly green tea or self-made ginger tea. I talk about that fairly often with people and I hear them struggle with this habit a lot. But I think that once you are actually able to, drink 2 liters of water every day for, let's say, 2 weeks, I promise you, you will physically feel a difference once you get dehydrated again, and you will not like it. So you actually need to get out of it first, and then you will see the actual effect of what it is to, just feel well and look better and be hydrated. Feeling hydrated and being well is just how your body is supposed to be. It's not being on a crazy high, getting a 6-pack out of nowhere and having the glow of your life. No, it's just feeling and looking normal and good. For me personally, hydration helps with a lot of things, but it also helps my skin to look less puffy, less red, to have a little bit of a glow. And also it helps keeping my natural collagen and hyaluronic resources staying full, which is always a good thing. My next advice is getting sleep. Sleeping enough is not just good for your overall health. We all know that by now. It's also very, very good for your skin. When I get less than 6 hours of sleep, now that I'm in my 30s, I will have gray, dull, and super dry skin. It will literally become gray during the day. And who wants to have dry and gray skin? Tip number 9 is supplements and the right procedures. So let's start with the supplements. I do take biotin religiously since a couple of years, and I definitely see an impact and an effect that it has on my skin, on my hair, on my nails. So that's just a very basic habit for me. Doing the whole shebang with fillers and Botox everywhere where it's possible, it's not really my thing. If it's your thing, that's good for you, but for me, it's not. I consider Botox or fillers as spot treatments for the improvement or protection of critical small areas. And my last advice is frequent facials. So if I don't have any, urgent issues with my skin, like breakouts or anything else, I just tend to go to the esthetician every 2 to 3 months when I feel that my skin just is dull or a little bit irritated or just feels rough and grayish. Because an esthetician just has amazing tools and products that cleanse and hydrate my skin better than I could ever do at home. And it really makes a huge difference in how fresh my skin feels, how deeply it absorbs the moisturizers and the products that I use at home. And also it can always be a very nice treatment and just a little bit me time that you can take for yourself in order to escape the world for an hour or 2. So these are the 10 things that I do on a day-to-day basis in order to make my skin look as good as possible. I hope you enjoyed my video. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!